We're going to start by prepping Stacey's skin with one of the two primers. There's mattifying primer, which is great for normal to oily skin, and in Stacey's case, we're going to use First Base Primer, which is great for normal skin as well as normal to drier skin. This can be applied as a moisturizer or over a moisturizer. It can also be applied underneath the eyes as well as over an eye cream. So on Stacey, what we're going to do is start with a corrector. Correctors are typically pink in tone, but can also be peachy in tone. It just depends on your skin tone. The way to choose the right corrector, or the way that you know that you have the right corrector, is as soon as you put the corrector on, it should go in and get those difficult dark circles and give an instant brightness to the eye as well as an instant lift to the eye. Not everyone needs corrector, but I find that most women do need corrector, especially when you're having those days when you have excess darkness underneath your eyes. Next, we're going to move on to concealer, and concealer should be 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation. Make sure if you're using a corrector that you wipe off the excess corrector off of the brush, because you don't want the two to mix. They work best layered one on top of the other. The other great thing about this particular corrector and concealer is that it's a liquid concealer and corrector, and so the two blend beautifully and easily right over each other, and they're very forgiving. Again, make sure that you start in the inner corner of the eye, working your way outward. Smooth it out with either your finger or brush. Again, it's up to your preference. But you can see here on Stacey how it's given her that perfect, fresh, bright under eye. Next, we're going to move on to foundation. And the way to find the right foundation is to swipe 3 colors on the side of the face, closest to the neck. You can also do this on the forehead. And let it sit for a couple of seconds and then blend it in with your finger, and then take a step back and look and see which one goes right into the skin, and that one is going to be your proper color. If you'll notice also, it's the last stripe that was the warmest, and it also matched Stacey's neck. Also, if it's the right tone, there's no need to take the foundation any further than the jawline, because it should blend effortlessly into the neck and décolleté area. When applying foundation, you really want to start in the center of the face, and that's because most women tend to hold a lot of redness in the center of the face, because that's where all of our nerves cross, is right in the center of our face. So that's why sometimes you can look in the mirror midway during the day and you feel like you look a little ruddy. Well, that's why. So it's really important to start in the center of the face, go around the nose, and then work your way outward. Foundation can be applied with your hand or with your brush. Again, it's just preference. You can see here on Stacey that the foundation has gone in and evened out her skin tone. It matches her neck. What's great about this foundation also is that it's called all skin foundation because it looks like skin, and it also gives a beautiful glow to the skin. Next is powder. Make sure that your concealer and your foundation are nicely smoothed out before applying powder, because it gives you a moment to decide if you need a little bit more concealer, or if you need a different concealer, or if you need a little bit more eye cream, or what have you, before starting powder. But what we're doing is we're starting with powder number 2, and what I find is powder number 2 tends to fit 90% of women. The last thing to complete the face before going into color is bronzer. I tend to be a big fan of matte bronzers. That way you can use them year-round, especially on those days when you feel as gray as it looks outside during the winter. But you want to use a bronzer as a way to tint the skin, to warm up the complexion, to make sure that it matches the rest of the body. And because Stacey has some tan on her body, we're going to warm up her face with a little bit of bronzing powder. And in Stacey's case, it's bronzer number 1, and we're going to apply this on the forehead, nose, chin, and anywhere the sun naturally hits. What I find also is that many women have a little bit of a lighter patch of skin right underneath their chin, just because the chin kind of serves as an awning just from everyday sun exposure. Next is the one product I recommend every woman get to bring her makeup to full perfection for fall. It's called Two-Way number 3, and it's a double duty cheek and lip product. It's a beautiful tawny muted rose, and the way to apply this is either with a brush or your finger. You want to make sure that you start closest to the nose as possible on the apple of the cheek, but make sure that you go high enough to give a lift. And you can see how this gives an instant glow to the skin. I just love this product. And the other thing that I love about it is that it's portable, it's easy to throw in your pocket, in your bag. It's a great way to touch up throughout the day or at the end of the day. I love it, it's beautiful, it's sheer, and it's easy. Another option that we're going to do on Stacey is we're going to use the limited edition Rose Glow Quad. And all you do is, there's 4 colors, you round the brush once over all 4 colors, and then you just apply it right over the apple of the cheek. I find that this is best over any blush, powder, or cream, and it's just a great way to give your skin that extra finished glow and lift, as you can see here on Stacey. Next, we're going to apply a creamy, waterproof lip liner. And I chose one liner to go with all 10 lipsticks because I find that most women tend to have a lot of lip liners that they don't even use. What's great about this is that it's fleshy toned, extremely creamy, easy to apply, there's no need to sharpen it. You have a brush on the other end if you need it for precision. If you have issues with lipstick bleeding, it also really helps with that. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply one of the lip shades in S6, which is a beautiful classic rose, which I think every woman should have a rose lipstick. It's absolutely beautiful. And they're mineral based, paraben free, and very creamy and very long lasting. You can go back over, as I'm doing on Stacey, with a little bit of lip liner just for a little bit more precision, but again, it's all about preference. Next, I'm going to use the lip gloss in G10, and I'm just applying this right over the S6 lipstick. And look how beautiful and classic that color is. Next, we're going to use the Universal Brow Pencil to just fill in sparse areas in Stacey's brows and just give them definition. Certainly not make them darker, but just to give them definition. After all, the eyebrows are the frame of the face, so it's definitely something that you don't want to forget about. A good rule of thumb to determine where the brow should begin and end is to hold up the end of a pencil or brush vertically towards the innermost corner of the eye closest to the nose. This should give you a general sense as to where the eyebrow should begin. From the same point of reference on the nose, hold the pencil diagonally towards the outside corner of the eye, and this will give you a general sense as to where the eyebrow should end. Now we're going to move on to eyes, and we're using the eye palette number 1, which is new and is part of the Nude and Blue Crush collection. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with the lightest shadow, and we're going to apply that from lash to brow. And what that does basically is it evens out the lid, and it basically gives you what an artist would refer as to a clean canvas. Next, what we're going to do is use the next color over in the palette, and it's a beautiful golden matte suede color, and we're going to start all the way at the base of the lashes, and we're just going to use circular motions to work our way 3/4 up the eye just past the crease. And because it's a medium tone color, there's going to be no need to blend. There will be no line of demarcation because again, it's a medium tone color. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to use the It color for fall, which is a beautiful navy blue. And you can either use this as what we're doing on Stacey as a liner by dampening the brush and using it as liner, or if you really want to rock it out, you can apply this all over the bottom lid and use the 4th color in the palette in the crease. The possibilities are endless with this. It's all about having fun. Next, what I'm going to do just to bump it up a little, and again, this is just another option, we're going to use one of the new gel eyeliner pencils in Moody Blue, and we're just going to go right over that line just to make it a little bit more pronounced and give it just a little bit more pop of blue. I'm really loving these new gel eyeliner pencils because they truly stay on until you take them off. Next, we're going to apply 1 to 2 coats of Lash Intense Mascara. I love this mascara. It lengthens, thickens, and curls all in one, and it's extra, extra black. I wanted to show also how easy it is to take this into more of an intense look, or if you want to call it your evening look. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the fourth color and we're just going to apply this right into the crease to deepen up the crease a little bit. We're also going to line the under eye, and when lining the eye, whether it's top or bottom, the number one rule is, if there's any rules at all, is make sure that you line from corner to corner, otherwise it looks like your liner is incomplete. And there you have it. Look at the difference that made, and we still have the same lip that we did for more of what I would say a classic daytime look. But now I want to show you how different the whole look can be when you just change up the lip color. So now we're going to go into more of a nude tone, and I'm going with lip shade S3, no liner, and then I'm going to follow it up with gloss number G5, a beautiful peachy nude. Lastly, I'm going to use a product that I love called Peak Glow. I think there's nothing sexier than seeing a woman's exposed collarbone with a little bit of glow on it. So on Stacey, I'm going to take the brush and apply a little bit of Peak Glow. And then with my fingertips, I'm going to take just a little bit along the top part of Stacey's cheekbone for that finishing glow. And there you have it, the Nude and Blue Crush Collection Fall 2013, fresh, modern, and easy.